Hello class 5. Today I am going to start with a new chapter from geography, and the name of the chapter is frigid zone. As you know that we have completed temperate zone, uh, um, torrid zone, and now I am going to start with the frigid zone. So after this chapter, so we will be completing the three zones of the world. You will get this chapter in the page number 101. So please take out your book and turn to page number 101 and follow the video. Please look at the board. Here I have drawn the picture of the earth, and I have located I have actually drawn some important latitudes of the world, and especially I have shown the frigid zone in the northern hemisphere as well the southern hemisphere. So you can understand this is 0 degree, that means equator, which is dividing the earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Now 23.5 degree and 23.5 degree, north and south. So this place is called the torrid zone. Now this place 23.5 degree north to 66.5 degree north, just like that 23.5 degree south to 66.5 degree south. These two places are called the temperate zone. Now you can see here this place, this small place is actually I want to show you the frigid zone. So that means 66.5 degree south, that means Antarctic Circle, to 90 degree south, that means the here the South Pole. Okay, so this place is called the frigid zone. Here also you can see 66.5 degree north to 90 degree north. So that means Arctic Circle to the North Pole. This place is called the that means frigid zone of the northern hemisphere. Okay, so the frigid zone of the northern hemisphere and frigid zone of the southern hemisphere. You can see. So it's very clear to you, I hope, that where we get the frigid zone. And you know that as sun, if we consider that this is the sun, this is the sun rays, and sun, you know that sun gives light directly to the torrid zone, and it is like slanting in the temperate zone, and it's too much slanting in the that means frigid zone. So because of that, this frigid zone is actually very cold. Okay, because these two places are not getting enough sun rays. So this place is really very cold. Clear? Students, here I want to show you where is the frigid zone in the world. So you can see this place. This is the northern North America, and up to the North America. Here this is, you can see, this is the Arctic Circle. So this is North America. This one is called Greenland. This place, Greenland. This is Iceland. This small place is called Iceland. This is Greenland. And this place of North America, this is a small part of Alaska. And here you can see this, the whole Asia, Europe, the whole upper part, this all is lies in the Arctic Circle. Okay, so this total place is called the Arctic Circle. Now here you can see this is the Antarctica. Antarctica, the whole place is actually in the ice, and this place is called the frigid zone of the southern hemisphere, or you can say it is the Antarctica. And you can see here, this is the two types of color which is showing the ice, and another one is tundra. The light color, peach color, like it is called tundra. Tundra is actually, it's the ice. Here the ice is melting. Here people can also stay. And this places, okay, but here you can Greenland, this total place is actually in the ice. So this place is having the vegetations also, different kinds of moss, lichens and everything in tundra region. But in the that means the place which is covered by the ice, here we don't get this. Only in summer season, especially in tundra region, we get a little bit of vegetation. Okay. Now students, here I have written about the climate. That means the climate of the frigid zone. So we must know about the climate of the frigid zone, and here I have divided into two parts this climate, that means northern hemisphere, and this one is southern hemisphere. So northern hemisphere, that means in the Arctic circle, Arctic region. So what we get in the northern hemisphere or in the Arctic circle, or Arctic region, that we are going to learn. Number one, that is extremely cold, I have written. So what does it mean? It means that extremely, this place is really very cold and mostly frozen water. The water is frozen. Okay. Second, that means strong winds. Strong winds means strong winds. Here it is blowing here. And blizzard. Blizzard means, that means snowstorms. And these blizzards we get only at the time of winter season. Okay. And third number, that is small belt of melted snow in summer. In summer season, what happens? Small belt of melted snow in summer in some parts of, especially in parts of Europe, Asia, and in North America. Okay, so this all we get to see in the northern hemisphere. Now come to this one, that is the southern hemisphere. So in southern hemisphere means, that means Antarctica. So Antarctica is completely frozen throughout the year. It does not care about the winter season or the summer season. All the time throughout the year this place is frozen. Okay, and it's cold, windy and dry with hardly any new snowfall. It's very, very cold here. Now you can see here I have also written about the natural vegetation. Okay, so natural vegetation that we are going to read about the frigid zone. So again I have divided into two parts here, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So in northern hemisphere, what we get? Very difficult for plant life, as ground frozen almost throughout the year. Okay, very difficult for plant life here. Mainly that dormant plants. Dormant means inactive plants. Okay, and especially this tundra region, especially in the tundra region, we get to see, that means, and the summer season, when the ice melts, that time we get to see some kinds of moss, lichen, we get to see in these places. Okay, moss, lichen, berry bearing plants, small trees and bushes during summer, and this is called the tundra vegetation. Understood? So this one only is called the tundra vegetation at the time of, especially in the summer season. Now come to this one, that is here I have written southern hemisphere. As you know, this southern hemisphere is completely frozen throughout the year, so no case of natural vegetation, no vegetation, only that means very, very small parts that are sheltered from the wind have tundra vegetation. It's very, very small part. Okay, and most of the places is not having any vegetation because it's completely frozen.